Hey, what's up, community on YouTube? Hey, what's up, community? KJ here from nappyhair.com, and I apologize for the delay, okay? This is my first live of the year, and I will be coming live every Friday at 4 p.m. I was going to say around 4 p.m. I'm just keeping it all the way real here. But this is a first show, and actually, you guys just see me on camera, but both of my sisters are here helping me produce this today. So I am really thankful to my sisters and my son for helping me. I am shooting on 2 cameras, so on my shout out to all the Instagram community. Thank you for joining in. But I will be looking at 2 cameras. So I am live on YouTube as well. So if Instagram goes down, you can jump on to YouTube and find me at Nappy Hair, and you'll be able to watch the live. I will also be saving this live so you can watch it later if you need to jump off and if you're on Instagram right now. But and sorry if I'm going to try to answer the questions that come in on Instagram. I'm going to try to get to all of those too. But I want to just wish everyone a happy new year. It's 2021 and it's a fresh start for all of us. And I feel like it's time since it's a fresh start, I feel like it's time for us to really talk about some of the hair care that is greatly needed in our community for us to be able to feel and look beautiful. Nothing comes easy, okay? We have to take care of our hair. And I know how it's so easy for us to look on Instagram and watch videos on YouTube and we see people with this perfect hair, what we think is perfect hair. First of all, they're wearing extensions, they're wearing a wig, or they're wearing a U-part wig, or they're wearing clip-ins, and that's all fine. But if you are seeing something and you're admiring their hair, and especially if they're wearing clip-ins, like I'm wearing clip-ins right now, and my hair is out, then that means you need to have the proper hair care. The more healthy your hair is, the more beautiful and the blends that you're going to get when you bring in hair extensions. Okay, so it's so important to care for your hair. And so with that, I want to talk about some hair care. I guess I'm going to say hair care lacking, or how do I want to say that? I want to talk about some stuff that we need to leave in 2020 when it comes to our hair, okay? And so for those of you, if you're new to the community or you've already been in the community a long time, you know Nappy Hair is now 7 years old. So I have had a long history of talking to women all over the world, and there has been what I have noticed in the past 7 years, there has been a lot of miseducation and misinformation about our hair and our hair types. And I understand where that comes from historically, right? Like, for those of you that are new to the community, you know there's a history of the name Nappy Hair, and there's a reason why I chose that name. And so I understand where the miseducation has come from. But I think it's time, and it's the right time that those of us who have kinky and coily and curly hair teach one another about our hair, about what our hair type is, about hair care, and about how we can blend our hair with extensions and still feel and honor our authentic beauty and nature of our hair. We still want to honor that, but we need to know how our hair is going to interact with hair extensions, okay? So that's what I want to talk about today. But before I go any further, do I have any questions or comments that you can see?
No.
And thank you for all of you who did respond to my story and you did send me questions. Unfortunately, I'm just realizing now I won't be able to view your questions because I'm on my phone. I kind of remember some of them, but if I'm not going to be able to answer all of them directly because I'm literally using my phone that I would read off of, so I can't get to that. But I will come back and message you directly for those of you that have questions. Okay, so a couple things that I think we need to get clear on so that we can move forward properly with our hair in 2021. And before I move forward with that, I do want to thank all of you in the community that responded to my post. What, is there a question?
Yeah.
What's the question?
It says, getting ready for a photo shoot, and I need to know, for a natural 4C hair blown out, should I get Brazilian body wave, weave, or yaki or Afro kinky weave?
Who wrote that question? What's their name?
Darling Nikki 81.
Darling Nikki 81. God bless you for asking me that question. And my son just comes in, so if you see him on camera, say hello. Okay? He's been helping me all day with being able to produce this. Sean, is there a technical problem?
Oh, well, no, I just thought you needed me in here.
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh.
But it's fine if you want to stay.
Well,
Okay, so your question, I'm going to write your question down, Darlene. Do you remember kind of, it was, okay, it's you're getting ready for a photo shoot.
And I need to know, for natural 4C hair blown out, should I get Brazilian body wave, weave, or yaki, or Afro kinky weave?
Okay. I'm just writing this down so I'll know. Okay, so I'm so glad you asked me that question because that's something that I want to talk about. So I'm going to answer that question right now and then get into the other things. Okay, you said you have someone's hair is 4C and you want to just blow dry their hair and you want the hair extensions to mimic the blow dry hair, and should you get Brazilian body wave, yaki, or this Afro texture? And what I'm assuming you're meaning with the Afro texture is like a kinky texture, and you absolutely should get the kinky texture. So if you want to purchase from nappyhair.com, you would purchase the kinky course, okay? So I love the question because the question is stating how the person's hair is going to be. So if their hair is just going to be blow dry, you absolutely need a texture that mimics hair that's blow dry, mimics type 4 kinky hair that's blow dry. And Brazilian body wave couldn't be further from a type 4 blowout. I mean, look at blow dry your hair, either your hair or your clients, blow dry that and literally put up the Brazilian body wave. Put it up to that hair. There is no way you would get a blend. Like, no way. It's not gonna work because you're literally using two different hair types. And I would like to stop right there, but I'm gonna just answer her whole question. But I'm going to get on hair types, okay? Because in this question, there's two things. The yaki is not a hair type. Okay, like let's leave that term in 2020. It started, when did it start? In the 90s. So that 30-year span, time's up, okay? Time's up on this term yaki, okay? Yaki hair was literally in the 90s, which I have used, okay? I started using hair extensions in the 90s. And they literally were using animal hair, okay? Yaki hair, and can I be honest in 2021?
Be honest.
I don't even think, because we've had so low regard for our hair, and there's been so much misinformation in the community worldwide, that we accepted the term yaki. It's not the issue of that texture, because if I'm being honest, which I've always been honest with the community, but this, what I'm wearing right now, natural straight, would be equal to what is called this yaki texture, okay? But you're never gonna find at nappyhair.com, you're never gonna find anything that KJ touches that is gonna use this term yaki. You wanna know why? Because that term is offensive. It's offensive to say that human beings' hair mimics animal hair. No. Coily hair that is pressed and flat iron straight is coily hair pressed and flat iron straight. We don't need to then say it's, what would it be, assimilating to, or it's like animal hair. And literally, if you had weaves back in the 90s and you got yaki hair and you had a full weave, if you had that hair on your forehead, you would literally break out with bumps. You want to know why? Because it was synthetic. It wasn't not even synthetic. Well, there were synthetic pieces in there, but it was also literal yak's hair. Like go on Alibaba right now. Shout out to Alibaba and type in yak hair material. Like I'm coming with the gems, okay? I gotta come with the truth. I'm gonna come with the truth in 2021, okay? Because yaki hair, it's like I said, it's not about the hair being pressed and flat iron, because I'm wearing natural straight, which is always straight, okay? It's not as silky, it's not silky like a Brazilian body wave, and I'm gonna get on this Brazilian body wave. Trust me, we're talking about that in 2021.
Hey, Mom.
Hold on, this is a real KJ live because Sean, what's up?
I was on your stream and you're pretty blurry. I think we need to back up from the table a little bit.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
This is a home studio production, okay? Shout out to everybody who's at home doing what they can, okay, with what they have, because that's what's going on here. But, so to answer your question, I know it can get a little bit long-winded, so you guys are going to have to bear with me, but this is KJ Live, okay? This is a real deal. And yaki hair, it's not about the hair being pressed and flat iron, because that's beautiful. It's what I'm wearing right now in my hair. And a lot of you in the community absolutely love natural straight. The issue is that the names that they use. And I understand it was because of miseducation. There has been such a fear around kinky and coily hair that people were just confused. They didn't know what to call it. It's human hair. That's what you call it. That's what our hair is. Our hair is human hair. So if you've ever thought differently about when you're talking about what is my hair, your hair is human hair. What's your hair type? Human type. Okay? Like literally, we need to start there. But okay, she asked Brazilian body wave, the yaki. No, you can't use yaki if you're just gonna blow dry your hair. I showed that in my stories just the other day, how I had my hair blow dried and I had a natural straight in my bun, and the community, I shared it with the community, and I did a poll and I was like, do you guys see the difference in my blow dried hair and I have this natural straight, which is this yaki hair type, hair extension type, how it didn't blend. You need to mimic whatever you're doing to the natural hair, you need to mimic that in the hair extensions. And that is what I'm doing right now. I've pressed and flat ironed my hair, so I'm wearing natural straight. Okay, do I have any other questions?
Not yet.
Okay, do I have any comments?
Yes, someone said preach.
Yes, preach.
That's it. Happy New Year from Deanna B. Speed.
Happy New Year. Deanna? That's Deanna.
Was Deanna?
Deanna. Happy New Year.
Hey, girl.
Happy New Year. Okay, so I'm happy that Darlene, I hope if you're still watching the line, I think her name was...
She said, yes, be honest. Darlene said that.
Okay, Darlene, thank you for your question, and I hope I answered your question. You would need to use kinky coarse texture. But the beauty of human hair extensions is that you can match kinky coarse with blow dry type 4 hair, but you can also press and flat iron and curl the kinky coarse hair? This was one of the questions that was asked of me when I did the poll, is if you press and flat iron the hair, will it revert? And it absolutely will, because we are using human hair here, 100% human hair. And that's really all we need to say when we're describing hair extensions. Okay, there's another question.
Yeah, Darlene can have a follow-up. Can your natural hair weave be wand curled? Absolutely.
So any type of heat manipulation that you can do on natural hair, you can 100% absolutely do that on human hair extensions that are made with 100% human hair. And everything at nappyhair.com is 100% human hair. That's all you're going to get from KJ. You're not going to get yucky hair here. You're going to get 100% human hair extensions that are mimicking the versatility of our hair. And while I'm on there, if I can give a shout out to our community and our hair types and how it is so versatile. If you look at my stories, I have a section that's called Type 4 Blowout. So you can see my tight coils, and you can see how I can be as authentically natural to my hair with no heat whatsoever. And then you can see me today wearing the straightest texture blend in my collection, which is natural straight, and I'm able to blend my hair with it. So the fact that the more coily your hair is, the more versatility you have. For years we have thought like, oh, I want my hair more curly. Oh, I wish I didn't have to do all of this to my hair. Well, when you think that, you're really saying, you're really not understanding your natural hair type, in my opinion. And I am going to get to the hair types. You're not understanding it, because your hair, in an authentically natural as it is, doesn't need to be straightened. There's a reason why your hair is the way that it is. So absolutely, hair that is totally opposite from straight is going to take more time to straighten, right? You're going to the opposites of the spectrum. The hair typing spectrum that I am absolutely, like, I hold this book up like I wrote the book and I did not write it. But when we talk about hair types, okay, we really, really need to go back and read this book, okay? Andre Talks Hair. This book was written in 1997, okay? How many years ago is that? Almost 23 years ago. And this is the gentleman, Oprah Winfrey's famous hairstylist, shout out to Oprah, created the hair typing system. And we need to understand why that was created, because those of you, and you guys will have to tell me on time. I don't know where I'm at on time.
I know how much time you wanted, but there's another comment. But go ahead, keep going.
Okay, you remember the comment?
Uh-huh.
Okay. When we talk about hair typing, if you were, I will tell you guys, I was born in 85, okay? When I grew up, when I was a little girl, my mom did not sit down with me when she was combing my hair and say, you know what, KJ, She didn't say that. So my point of why I'm bringing this up is, you know, my mom didn't grow up with this hair typing system. The hair typing system, and there's other systems other than Andre's with a numerical system. But Andre created it so that you could understand your hair and apply proper hair care. It was never created, and you're only gonna know that if you read the book. Are we still streaming on YouTube? Mm-hmm. You're only going to know that if you read the book. Like, I totally get it how with the boom of social media and the boom of the community on YouTube, how there was this whole thing about hair typing. And in my opinion, some people decided to hijack Andre Walker's intention for hair typing. And we're going to talk about that because the natural hair community that is on YouTube has totally paid a price by hijacking this man's intention on classifying hair by hair types. And there has been this huge struggle and huge, I don't even know the word, to really, a huge destruction of this man's intention with classifying hair as type 3 and type 4. And I liken it to, you know, what we have in our community, such as colorism. And we'll talk about that more this year. I'm not really going to get too far into it, but I really believe that it's a shame that this hierarchy of type 3 versus type 4 in our community, the women who have more melanin in their skin, this has come about, and it was really supposed to be an empowering thing. It was not supposed to turn into this negative thing. So that's all I'm going to say on that for right now. And I'm going to get more into the types. But what's the comment?
Darling says, I feel that 4C hair texture types have a hard time accepting our texture because we've been told so long that it's not the ideal.
Right. And we've got to let that's another thing that should just not cross over into, it's not crossing over here at nappyhair.com. I can tell you that for sure. Okay. Because I think there's definitely some truth to that, is because of this beauty industry and beauty standard that we don't have to subscribe to. Okay. We don't have to. We can embrace what we have. Nobody is saying and demanding you cannot wear your hair authentically and naturally, because you can. Although I do want to shout out to legislation like the Crown Act, which is now, and I'm happy that the state that I live in, California, was the first state to pass that, saying you cannot compare somebody who has coily hair to somebody who has straight hair and expect them to be able to wear their hair the same. So we definitely, I'm happy that we're now in the space that our hair is being accepted naturally for what it is, because there was a time when it was not. And we need to move forward and push forward that this legislation be passed in all 50 states, because the beauty industry is confused, okay? And they too don't understand the hair typing system. But I believe it is incumbent upon us in the communities first to understand our hair, number one, so then that we can tell other people about our hair, okay? Because if we don't know it, how can we communicate that to others? So it takes us, and shout out to the Crown Act, and shout out to all of the creators and founders who wanted to bring that, to literally put that into legislation, that you can now wear your hair naturally. Okay, literally naturally. Okay, do I have any more questions or comments?
No, not now.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna, normally these lives, well, let me say this, because I know you guys are probably like, this is a lot of KJ, and she's like all over the place. Yes.
Indian Bree said, so true. And Darling said, yep, preach.
I'm here to preach, darling. I'm here to bless the community. That's what I say. I say that it sounds funny, but I actually really do mean that. Like I really do. Because of the amount of time I've spent with the community in the past 7 years, I really feel like I know what you need. I know what the community needs when it comes to understanding and embracing our hair. But getting back to hair types. So a couple notes that I wrote is, because I get this question all the time. People ask me, what is my hair type? What is my hair type? So I want to explain the hair types. Okay. Andre Walker described them in 4 categories. 1 is straight, 2 is wavy, 3 is curly, and 4 is kinky. That's how he described it in his book in 1997. Okay. for me, I'm fine with using the term kinky. I feel like that term, from what I've seen in the past 7 years, a lot of people don't like the term kinky, and I don't really know why they don't like it, but I also will use the word coily, because, and I think coily is probably a better classifier, so you don't feel some type of way, you know, like coily is, or you can call it tight curls, because that's what a coil is. It's tighter than a curl. So you can call your hair curly, like, because your hair is curly. Coils are a part of curls. Well, curls are a part of coils. I look at it, when you talk about the spectrum, you have straight and you have coily. So really, curly is less coily. Wavy is less curly, which curly was less coily, and then you have straight. So to me, it's really like two opposite spectrums. You have 1 and you have number 4. You have straight and you have coily. And for me, if you look at it really historically, like going all the way back, straight hair is just hair that the coil is removed, okay? Because people with coily hair are the original people on planet Earth, so all the other hairs are just a derivative of coils. So they're less coily. Straight hair is less coily. Okay? That's just what it is. So when you come to nappyhair.com, especially with a name like nappyhair.com, and you ask me what is your hair type, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. You know what your hair type is. You know what it is. You know, and I know what it is. Because you're not hair type 1. If you're hair type 1, that means when you wash your hair, it's straight. When you put water on it, it remains straight. Who is watching this live right now in the community that has straight hair? There's probably some. I know a couple people who may be watching my live right now. Thank you for supporting me. And you have straight hair. I appreciate you. But when it's talking about nappyhair.com and you're coming here to purchase extensions, sis, you know for a fact your hair naturally is not straight. And shout out to all of you who have a relaxer on your hair. That is chemical processing. Okay? So because your hair is straight now due to a relaxer, please don't come to me and ask me what your hair type is because you are removing your hair type. That's what you're doing when you're relaxing your hair. And I'm not shaming that. Like I have relaxed my hair too. But my point is, even though we didn't grow up with this hair typing system, right? For those of us, born in the 80s and 90s, my point is, we know what our hair is. Trust me, you know exactly what it is. When you shampoo your hair, what does it look like? Okay? Like you didn't have to tell me. Your hair is probably, more often than not, your hair is looking like mine. And there's nothing wrong with that. You are in the coily category. You are in the type 4 category. And it's sad that in our community and in this space online with YouTube, there has become this like, oh no, well I'm 3C. Well, I'm here to tell you, 4C didn't even exist in his book, who created this hair typing system. Please read this book, like honestly, because 4C is something that was created from the YouTube community, as far as I know. Okay, and that's fine. All that meant was a tighter coil. That's all 4C hair meant. There's nothing wrong with that. Like Oprah has tight coily hair and it's super thick and it's super beautiful. Like when she blow dries her hair and like lightly, well, when Andre was doing it, her hair was so bomb. Like, why are we thinking, we're thinking negatively over what is so natural to our community? Why? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay. Indian Breeze says, what about hot combs?
What about, I used one today on my hair, absolutely. How am I gonna get my coil straight without a pressing comb? Girl, absolutely. I use a pressing comb. And I've been telling the community, please press your extensions. Okay, but We'll talk about that later. I'll save pressing combs for next week. My other thing that I want to talk about is, you guys know that, and for those of you that are newly in the community and new to watching KJ, yes.
Make sure to check the YouTube comments. There's one named B Sabet.
Okay, there's a YouTube comment. I'm gonna stop and answer that. Okay.
I was just a comment. It just says, "Come on with the slay, KJ. You look amazing."
Wait, is that Brittany?
I don't know. It's this girl you and I have been rocking. I've been the same hair type. Been rocking it since junior high.
Yes, that's Brittany. Happy New Year, Brittany. Yes, I'm so appreciative of my community from the past. Yes, that's somebody I went to junior high with. And speaking of that, I need to start wrapping my hair again. Because I was wrapping my natural hair in junior high and high school because my mom wanted me to not put a lot of heat on my hair. Because remember, this is about the health of your hair. Okay? Less heat on your hair, the healthier your hair will be. Okay, but so that we can understand our hair types, this is one reason why I created the texture match kit. Okay? Because it's, how do you can watch me on YouTube, you can watch a ton of videos, look at a ton of pictures, but how are you going to understand what matches your hair the best without having a sample of hair extension types? You're not gonna know. Like you can look at my hair right now and say, I want my hair like KJ's. Okay, which is fine. And you want to say, I want to use exactly what she has in her head, which is totally fine. But I'm here to let you know what I'm using right now requires the most amount of heat. And what if you don't want to put that much heat on your hair? This is why the texture match kit is so important. Yes, I'm doing a quick plug right here for my product. This is why the texture match kit is so important, is because now you're able to see. Like if I tell you I'm wearing natural straight, which I am right now in 22 inches, and then you order natural straight, and then you get it, and you're like, oh, I don't want to put that much heat on my hair. Well, this is why the sample of natural straight coming to your home so that you can see it for yourself is so important. Now you can understand what you need to do to your hair to match the type of hair extensions, okay? Okay, lastly, and I'm gonna wrap this live up. My sisters are ready for me to wrap it up. But okay, the two main things that is not crossing over into 2021 and what I am committed to helping all of you understand is, one is your hair type, okay? Accepting that, embracing that, finding beauty and versatility in your hair, okay? But I feel like when it comes to, I know this, because when it comes to hair extensions, which is what you're gonna find on nappyhair.com, you're never gonna find that I am going to talk about hair extensions for you that mimic a nationality. Okay, so for instance, I think Darlene had asked, I think it was Darlene or someone else asked, this Brazilian body wave. Well, when we take a step back, what does that really mean? What is it about the country of Brazil and the women there, supposedly the women there, what is it about their hair that is going to work best for women and men who have hair that is totally opposite on the spectrum? Completely. Okay, Brazilian body wave, that hair extension type is literally night and day to coils. Okay? And so for the beauty industry, when it comes to hair extensions, I have had a problem with the industry communicating to consumers who have curly and tight curls, coily hair and telling them they need that the hair extensions that they need that are going to help, add fullness to their hair and add length needs to be from a woman from Peru. Needs to be Malaysian. If we look at the people in Malaysia, shout out to the country of Malaysia, okay? Shout out to Brazil, shout out to Peru. And I have customers in South America. But what is it about, if we pull the layers back and ask ourselves the question, why do we want Peruvian hair? Why is the industry talking to women with tight coils and tight curls about somebody's hair from Peru? It makes no sense. And you don't see this when you're looking if you're looking for hair extensions and you don't have coils. What you don't see is in the marketing that they are using terms like Peruvian hair. No, they're using it specific to a group of people whose hair is coily, and it's basically telling you that you should not show your coils. It's saying your hair should only be straight, or your hair should only be this loose curl, because that is what's beautiful. And I'm here to tell you that has come to a stop. I'm on a mission to change the names of products that we put in our hair. There is no reason why a woman who looks like me, and I want to clarify, before I go there, anybody should be able to put whatever they want in their hair. If you feel like you want to wear hair or you think this woman is from Peru and that this is going to make you feel absolutely beautiful, I support that 100%. But what I don't support is when you're talking about hair extensions for women and men, and you want to make them embrace their natural beauty and feel better. What does the nationality of Malaysia, Vietnam, Brazil, India, what does that have to do with the hair extension? Because if it's human hair, it's human hair. The reason why my hair can blend in with Brazilian body wave is because I am going to heat style my hair. When you heat style human hair, you are straightening it. So it's absolutely going to blend. Absolutely. But women who have tight coils do not need to feel like they need to straighten their hair and remove their coils all the time to put in hair extensions, okay? We need to let that go in our community. For too long, we have been given just straight hair. It's been just totally remove your coils. And I know I'm here talking about straight hair with straight hair in my head. And yes, we have that versatility, but you guys know, I don't wear my hair this straight all the time. I don't. There's a time and a place when you want to straighten your hair, and you need to do it in a way that's not going to damage the health of your hair. And the more heat that you put on your hair, the more damaging your hair, the more damage it's going to cause, because heat it's natural, you can use it, but if you use anything too much, you're going to have a problem. And I'm sorry I'm looking in two cameras, but I got two cameras going on. So I want to thank you all for listening. This was basically like a New Year's Day rant. This was a real live KJ rant, which I've been giving to my personal community for the past 11 years, for my whole life. For 35 years, they've been getting rants. And so now I'm sharing it with the world, okay? Finally. But what we're going to do on Fridays, I'm going to feature, members of the community. I'll be featuring hairstylists that I work with. Hopefully, I really hope Andre Walker can come on my live. If you know Andre personally, send him a message, share this live with him, please. Because I would love to talk to him. In 1997, he said, and I'm going to wrap my live up. He said, we should not call hair, when we're talking about quote unquote black people, okay? We should not call it black hair. My hair is black right now because I dye my hair. And I think, Crystal, don't you dye your hair?
Yeah.
Our hair is black because we dye our hair black. But my human hair, is kinky and coily. That's what my hair is. There is no color when it comes to human hair. Okay? Unless you're talking, when you're talking about the hair type. Okay? The hair type is coily. Don't say your hair type is black hair. Like, I remember a woman said this to me. She was like, she just had regular hair, regular black hair. What is regular black hair? What is that? Like, we can't even identify what that is. Although I understood what she was saying, I picked up what she was putting down. But the point is we need to regard our hair as simply human hair, just like everyone else, and we classify it by there's different hair types. The variety is truly the spice of life. Like, really, it really, really is. If you've never heard that quote anywhere, you heard it from me. I love that quote because it's so true. Like, there's different types of hair, and they all should be appreciated. They are all beautiful. Naturally, they're all beautiful. Okay, so I'll be featuring community members. I'll have hairstylists come on. I will do tutorials on all of the products. So you'll see me shampooing U-part wigs, shampooing wefts, shampooing clip-ins, blow drying them, styling them, flat ironing them. I'm gonna give you guys everything I have, honestly. When it comes to hair, I'm gonna give you all the knowledge that I have. I really want to share that with the community because I feel like it's missing, and I want us to finally know and accept our hair for the beauty that it is and the versatility that our kinks and coils and curls bring to us, and we need to share them in an authentic way. So thank you all for watching KJ Live, the first one. I will be back every Friday at 4. Do I have a question?
No, just one last comment. Can I just, from Canisius Mallard, sorry.
Canisius Mallard, okay.
Can I just say that my clip-ins will be 5 years old in April. Unparalleled quality. Unparalleled quality, yes. Through salt water, chlorine, day-to-day use. They are amazing.
Thank you. When I tell you I love this community, I love this community. I really, 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 really do. And I'm so happy that I'm a part of the community, honestly, because this is a place where we can share and learn from one another. And so thank you, community member. Send me an email. I will respond to your comment. I would love to talk to you. Yes, because you can come on and show your 5-year-old clip-ins. Absolutely. Okay, guys. One last comment, Crystal.
Brittany Cannon, you look beautiful. What did you do to your hair?
Thank you, Brittany. Yes, and this needs to be a little tutorial, but I will, let me see if I can show the back of my, will I be able to show the back of my hair without showing everything on the chair? You can see the chair.
Yeah.
You can see my towel. Hopefully it looks good. Does it look good?
It looks good.
Do you see any gaps?
No.
Okay. So, let me show you guys. You guys see that? Can you see that my hair is braided down?
Not that clear.
Oh, no, you can't really see it, but these are clip-ins. And so these are 22-inch natural straight clip-ins. And let me take my headband off for a second. And I straightened my hair. I straightened a little bit of my hair, so I didn't straighten all my hair. And I have my clip-ins going back, so you can see there's a clip-in right there. And I finally pressed my hair. I wanted to show that yes, your coily hair can be straightened. And the purpose of me showing natural straight was that it didn't take a long time for me to blend my hair, because I used the texture that was already straightened. So when my hair is straight, I can use a texture that's already straight. Can I straighten my kinky coarse clip-ins to match this? I absolutely can. But because the kinky coarse mimics my hair more when it's blow dried, it's gonna take more work when I flat iron it. Can it be flat ironed? Absolutely, because it's human hair. But it's just gonna take more work. So I didn't wanna have that work. And so that's why I use natural straight. And I don't think I haven't shown natural straight on my Instagram on me in many, many years. So I thought it would be nice to start the year with this. And I love it. I can feel like, you have watched a video where you see somebody, they're just running their fingers through their straight hair and it's just giving all types of vibes. That's how I feel with this. And we should be able to feel that, we should, if you want to feel beautiful, you can feel that, but there's a way to do it with still promoting the health of your hair. And that's what you're going to get from KJ, okay? Because we're not going to be, no longer do we need to burn our edges out, burn our hair out so that we can feel beautiful. Absolutely not. Okay, time's up on that. Okay, guys, I will be back next Friday. If you have questions, comments, send them to me.
One quick question, did you add heat to the clip-ins?
I curled this part, but I don't need to add any more heat to my natural straight because natural straight is already straight. And guess what? You only see that when you get your texture match, okay? I gotta plug this texture match, you guys, because the texture match is here to save lives. It really is. It really is. It's here to save lives, honey. Okay. I will see you guys next Friday. Take care. Happy New Year. YouTube gets an extra second. Bye, YouTube.